Hello out there. Welcome to another. Wait a minute. Hold on. That was a timer or a clock. That was 30 seconds. Are we going to go play a shuffleboard match and then do a physical challenge?
Well,
I'm going to ask you three a question. And if you don't know the answer, but think the other team doesn't have a clue, you can dare them to answer the four.
Whoa. Hold on. I think we need to go to the tape. Watkins, pull up the tape.
all right. Let's settle down.
I think we're actually pulling up the poll.
That's what I meant, Harry.
Well, this is a predicament now, isn't it?
Yeah, so we beat the clock, and now we're gonna go play shuffleboard bonus game, and then do a physical challenge, right?
I am not.
Right.
Where I'm gonna ask you a question, give you three possible multiple choice answers.
No. I am not doing two shows tonight. F that.
All right.
Good evening, afternoon, whenever you happen to be listening, and welcome to Life is Like a Game Show, a presentation of the W2M Network online at W2Mnet.com. In addition, you can find us on all of your favorite podcast listening services. We'll talk about those later. You can also view us in video format now on all of your favorite platforms, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, on the W2M Network page on Facebook, W2M Network, I believe it is officially.
Do we have Twitch tonight, or is
W2 Facebook.com/W2M Network? And to answer your question, Brian, yes, Twitch.tv/W2Mnet. And no, unlike a certain previous show this week, we will not be inadvertently running into any Rattleage programming. Because we're not
so we're not going to preempt Rattleage like Alec Baldwin's interview is going to preempt this show?
Well, in 2 weeks' time, that's a different story.
Wait, there's more Baldwin news?
Have you been, Nielsen, have you been living under a rock?
No, I've been living at work. I literally got off half an hour ago.
Fair.
Yes, there was a ABC exclusive with George Stephanopoulos, 2020 interview, Alec Baldwin's first official media interview.
Suppose it could have been worse.
For the record, this was a George Stephanopoulos exclusive and the first production whatsoever from George Stephanopoulos Productions. The 2020 episode will be next week.
Wait a minute. They gave George Stephanopoulos his own production company?
George Stephanopoulos Productions, GSP. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I have my own production. Well, I mean, technically 3 out of the 4 of us here have our own production company.
As a somewhat casual UFC fan, I feel like GSP is trademarked to Georges St-Pierre.
Look, the only French Canadian we respect around these parts is
that...
Look, I'm about to throw in a white towel here, okay? Because we're already getting off the rails.
Nah. Okay, first of all, before we introduce the show, let's introduce ourselves. Getting back to the actual heart of the matter here. But that's all, folks. Eric, you work on getting your French together. I am your host. I am the voice of reason, allegedly. My name is Harry Broadhurst. Joining me, as per usual, he is the DSDO of the W2M Network. He is the anchor man on the kickoff, which is currently in hiatus. He is your executive producer of Life is Like a Game Show as well. He is Eric Watkins.
Doctor,
hey, you forgot it. You forgot a show there, Mr. Broadhurst.
I'm pretty sure that you and Eric will cover Leagues to the Max or whatever later.
I really don't think we have 4 hours to really delve
into
really
fucking don't.
Not tonight. We got a clock to beat.
So, about that, LS joining C9 as their head coach.
I bet Dad no.
Mass is in session. It's held on weekends. Anyway, moving on.
On the Twitch and the Twitter box, the Tweety box, he is JT in 2002. This is Jonathan Nielsen.
So, spoiler warning. Visual cue.
Subtle.
Really subtle.
We will not be talking anymore about Alec Baldwin because I haven't seen that interview. I don't want to be spoiled. Huh?
Funny.
Yeah?
No.
Okay, I'll get my monkey later.
You're like begging for it. That's like pandering.
Wait a minute. Is he
And
trying?
there's only a handful of things that we pander for on this network.
Is he trying to
And
heavy
the number
hand
one is money. Please give us money. We like money.
bet on the
Sponsorships.
Eric?
But we sure
that's
as
your
hell can be
cue.
rented.
That's your cue.
Well, look, here at the W2M Network, we say it all the time. We cannot be bought, but we damn sure can be rented.
Hey, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, I know you sponsor Travis Gafford. Sponsor my podcast, damn it.
Lo actual, cerveza más fina en todos los Estados Unidos.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oi!
Nosotros no vamos a ver ahí.
I have a hard out at 12:30, so if we could get this going, I would appreciate it.
We are not fucking going there, Mr. Watkins.
All right.
I'm just saying. I don't know that Modelo comes in 4 delicious flavors.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Anyways, if we're quite done, in addition, the newest member of the team and the voiceover expert, he's Brian Espinoza.
Brian Espinoza will be seen tonight on this W2M Net feature presentation.
Oh, we've been upgraded to feature presentation. Nice. Jonathan,
We've always been a presentation. We've always been a feature.
We've definitely never been featured. I can assure you of that. I pay attention to the website. Anyways.
Blame RattleX for that one. I do have
seriously.
good news.
Good news, everybody?
Yes. For those of you that don't know, we have been angling for a particular project with the fine folks at RattleX and Broadcasting.
Are you referring to the Indie-Siders coming back in December of 2021? No? Okay, never mind.
Not
Sorry.
that one, the
Cheap
other one.
Party like it's 1994?
Exactly. Stay tuned. Q1 of 2022. I am going to angle for a Damn You Hollywood LiLaGS Super Show doing a review of the movie Quiz Show.
I'm going to have to watch a damn movie, aren't I?
Yes.
And it's available
And it's a
on
damn
YouTube.
good one. And it is available on YouTube.
Movies. Ugh. Damn you, Hollywood. All right. Anyways.
Also, when ties happen, you need codified rules, like with any game show.
Oh, well, we're not going to have this.
Otherwise, you got a legal department down there that's going to argue.
I assure you, we will not have that problem going forward. We'll talk about that at the end.
Wait. When did I become the network's legal department? Oh, wait. Let me shut my mouth. I'm overqualified for
the 509 or something like that.
47 USC 509. Yes.
It still doesn't beat 18 USC 2257. But who am I to judge?
So, Mr. Watkins,
Yes.
what do we do when the scores are tied? There's
Well-
only one person who we could apply this situation to.
Yeah.
Podcast.
And it'd been nice if he actually contributed to said situation.
Well, if somebody
There was a accidental breakdown in communication. Don't get mad at him.
well, for you it would be more like that way. But anyways,
I'm pointing to Brian for spoiling you.
yes, but
Okay,
it wasn't
okay,
entirely his
so-
fault.
That's me for both. Anyway.
Oh, so we're blaming him.
We're blaming
Yes.
the spoiler thing being dumb, and that's the end of the argument.
All right.
But it was leading into the bit because
Go back to the poll.
The only. Well, I can't. I have to do this. Then I get to do this. If I can go back to the damn button because somebody in their visual cues. But anyway, since this was a thing, we consulted the one, the only Rancid Randy himself to be the deciding vote and break the tie. As we would have done on the kickoff, hey, he would make a little bit of a ditty with the video that we would probably be playing right now. But oh no, I was the only one willing to go ahead and do twice the no research because I didn't have to for either choice. And all right, be surprised on air with said video. But since someone is on a big spoiler mood, he went ahead and he sent in his pick. And in the words of Rancid Randy, he told us to beat the clock.
Okay, can I point out why he told us to beat the clock? The only reason he chose beat the clock is because it's a wrestling reference.
You know, that's fair. And I am going to remind him of that when I make special appearances on the R&R Sports Report, which will be online only for the next 2 weeks, Wednesday nights, 9 to 11 Eastern, 6 to 8 Pacific, 4 to 6 Hawaiian. Check out the R&R Sports Report Facebook page. Oh, I will let him know of this.
I'm
1950.
I do think we're going to end up yelling at him to join our bowl prediction pool as well.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right. So, anyways, yeah, it's Beat the Clock, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
The good news, however, is because there was a tie, we actually know our schedule for the next 2 weeks.
For once.
I guess I'm continuing on with this bit. Sure.
You are.
Next week. Next week we will be doing that other Double Dare.
The Nickelodeon version for those of you listening and watching at home.
Well, I was going to say the Nickelodeon version, but every time I say the Nickelodeon version, I get corrected by the rest of you and get told that it's just that other Double Dare.
It's the Double Dare for me. I've never seen the original one, although I did hear that Alex Trebek hosted, so now I kind of want to go check it out.
And we covered it.
We covered this. Oh, wait a minute. I think that was one of the weeks that we didn't have.
Yeah,
Randy
that
with
was a
us.
Harry
Or a
Broadhurst was not seen that night episode.
Harry's got to go watch a history episode.
And then on the 16th, am I right?
Yes. 2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks from tonight, we will be doing yet another episode on Alec Baldwin.
And since we'll probably be that kind and or drunk and or hectic, you might not see us the 23rd because, you know, Christmas.
Yeah, more than likely, if we do another holiday show, it's going to be very similar to Thanksgiving. It'll be a Christmas blooper show.
Yeah, without the damn turkey.
You know what? Turkey works for Thanksgiving.
No.
I have one thing to say to you, Mr. Watkins.
One, huh?
Name
one, huh? You mean one?
In fairness, can I ask you a question?
Food often stuffed.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Espinoza? Name a food often brought to a beach. Oh, wait.
Name something you take with you to the beach.
Name a food often brought to the beach. I can't even read my own cue cards. Does that sound familiar?
Anyway.
Hey, Nielsen, I got a question for you. What's the first item you buy at a supermarket?
Turkey.
You got 60 seconds to put up a visual cue, Mr. Watkins. Because we got to talk about
Eric's getting drunk on air.
I love how I get you guys every time with this. That's like my signature gimmick now. I love it.
All right.
Muchísimas gracias a Chihuahua.
Muchísimas gracias a su culo.
Okay. All right, let's get this back on the rails. We now take you to the non-academically viable resource, but perfectly capable here for Life is Like a Game show. Mr. Nielsen, the floor is yours with the description of Beat the Clock.
Oh, you want me to pull up the non-credible source? Okay.
You can have the microphone.
Isn't this normally your gig?
This is almost always his gig. That's why I introduced him for it.
Infringement, like,
I mean, wasn't this Nielsen's recommendation for a show anyways?
Well, sit your ass down and read the Wikipedia.
If he gets up with that Charlie Sheen shirt one more time.
Charlie Sheen was better when he was banging the likes of Brie Olson and doing coke. Yeah, I said it.
I have an entire bin over here of artillery bottles, and I will start firing.
Denise Richards could get it.
So
I mean, if you see the scene in Wild Things, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
So if I may finally, I don't even need to read this source because Beat the Clock.
Beat the what now?
I was trying to switch somebody's microphone.
Helps you flip the mic properly. It is a very simple stunt show where you're trying to accomplish a certain thing in a certain amount of time, literally to beat the clock, completing problems, as Bud Collier would say. Later, we just call them stunts. Like, I don't know, I've got 60 seconds to hit Brian Espinosa with this bottle. It's just that simple. It is literally that simple of a show.
Nielsen,
props galore, much like we have with these bottles. And yeah, I literally have nothing else to say about the original show.
I will send you $1 on PayPal if you. I will send you $1 on PayPal if you chuck that bin at him.
Uh-oh.
I'll make it 5 and I'll cash app you.
I'm not gonna chug the whole bin, but I'll start chugging the contents of the bin.
Nope, we want the bin itself thrown. All right, moving on.
No, there's way too much computer equipment here.
So just to show you,
I
there
don't
were
know,
a lot
Brian.
of
I
people.
mean, I got a lot of stuff that I
All
could
right.
accidentally
Eric.
leak and send your way.
Eric, let him talk.
So we're going to make this fast because we have to beat the clock out here because we don't got a lot of time tonight. A lot of people involved in the show. You've got Jack Nars, who hosted the show from 69 to 72. Gene Wood, 72 to 74. And yes, the best bonus game of them all came when Monty Hall took the reins. The one, the only, the bonus shuffle. Mr. Watkins, would you like to describe the best bonus round on a stunt show ever?
Well, you had both the teams participating, and like a traditional game of shuffleboard, you tried to get closest to the edge without going all the way into the far bin. Your opponents could also use that same strategy against you. Whoever was closer to the end won. Now,
Time out a second.
I wasn't even finished describing. Why are you calling timeout on me?
Why are we skipping the first version with Bud Collier? And the fact that it started as
a
How do
bonus
you
round.
miss
No.
the easiest Price is Right reference ever?
I was going to actually bring that up myself, the fact that there is still a game on The Price is Right called Beat the Clock.
No, that's not what I was
clock
talking
game.
about. No, I was saying, how the heck do you say go all the way to the edge
Without going over.
Come on.
Because come on. Now you can't apply the prices right to everything.
Yes, you can. Yes, the fuck.
So what you're saying is instead of spending $1, you wanted to spend $1,000 on the shuffleboard game?
Well,
No, sometimes you're saying the price is wrong, bitch.
We're not up to this version yet, thank you.
All right, let's go back real quick
Hold on. We have an honorable mention here, too.
Oh, we are such a clusterfuck tonight.
Did you expect anything different?
I haven't even started drinking yet.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Anyway.
Go ahead, Brian.
We also have the honorable mention of Minute to Win It.
Look, the mayor of Flavortown is not allowed around these parts.
No, but Apollo Antonono was okay.
Fair.
We're JR fans around here.
That's it. I'm throwing in the towel.
God damn. That barbecue sauce had a family.
So, I do highly recommend, if you want to see the best game of bonus shuffle ever, there is a YouTube video. It is from All Star Beat the Clock. Yeah, they went the celebrity partner route at some point. Every show did it. Come on. And it is literally called Most Intense Bonus Shuffle. Strong recommend. So basically, each team gets either an equal number of shots if they were tied, or the team leading would have an extra puck
3 to
to throw
2
down the line.
If a certain team was leading going into the shuffleboard, because okay, so I mentioned this before we started. I'll mention it here on the air. Before we started doing this particular deep dive for Beat the Clock here, I've never seen this show before in any iteration thereof. So being
Shame.
being the
Newbie.
broadcast journalist that I am, I decided to do my research, and I decided to check out a couple episodes from the different eras. I caught one of the Bud Collyer episodes. I caught one of the Monty Hall episodes, one of the Gene Wood episodes, and then one of the ones from the version that was on PAX TV, which we'll get to a little bit later on. In the particular one that I watched, the two teams, there was a green team and a red team.
Yep.
And the green team had $1,500. They won both of the head-to-heads and one of the bonuses. The red team wasn't on the board, so the green team got 3 shuffles. The red team got 2, and they alternated green, red, green, red, green.
So the team with more starts and ends.
Ladies started, men shot in the middle, and then the green team got to choose who fired the last one.
Celebrity they choose.
Shut up, Eric.
But yeah.
Wait, why did you tell Eric to shut up when that was Nielsen?
Shut up. I told you to shut up. Now we're all even.
That was me telling Eric to shut up because I heard the guffaw.
You heard correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to score, your puck must be at least partially in that painted zone for the money.
That is your scoring zone. If it lands in between, does not count.
And is removed from the board, as was explained by Monty Hall.
Similar if it stops short of the 300.
Quick question. Price is Right had Barker's Beauties. Would that make the Beat the Clock Girls Hall's Hoochies?
I give it
No.
to him. I give it to him. I give it to him.
Eric's the tiebreaker.
I give it to him.
Can't win them all.
No, you're just salty that we denied you.
Continue, Jonathan. And yes, very salty. Morton's salty. Continue.
So at that point, 79 to 80, after the all new All-Star Beat the Clock, which my little screenshot here is from, the show takes a 22-year hiatus. There were a bunch of other stunt shows that this one spawned off. And really, this show was what started the genre to begin with. And then you had this fucker.
That would be the PAX TV logo.
This is your 2002 PAX version, yeah. Which had a different bonus game. But I think another show did this bonus round better.
Well, it's specifically mentioned on the Wikipedia page that the
Catch Tornado.
It's actually specifically mentioned on the Wikipedia page for the PAX TV version that it was apparently a game show with Bob Eubanks that used the swirling tornado as well.
Yeah, Cash Tornado.
No, there was an actual. That's not the name of the show, Jonathan.
Oh, there was a third one.
Here it is. The Swirling Whirlwind was previously used in the bonus round of the Diamond Head game, a show hosted by Bob Eubanks in 1975.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't. No.
No. No.
I'm guessing that was not very good.
No.
Which sucks because I like Bob Eubanks. All right, go ahead.
However,
Eubanks is good. Diamond Head was.
If anybody sadistic out there would love for us to do a deep dive on that, comment live during the episode, and we will take that under advisement.
If you got hate mail and you don't want to see something like that, you can direct it at s.garmer@gmail.com.
One of these shows I'll get through without being infringed in some way.
Remember, folks, gimmick infringement is tolerated, but it is a W2M network exclusive.
Brian telling me that there's not a chance of that happening. Appreciate it, Brian.
Damn it, Rancid Randy.
Eric, Justin.
And actually, no, that X was just no.
You may, sir, you may be a Jets fan. But there are some things even I cannot condone to a fellow Jets fan who has endured multiple seasons of suffering. And put it this way, Diamond Head game was a butt fumble. That's me saying that.
I don't know. I mean, he said this privately to me. If anybody's an expert on butt things, it's me. And the man has a point.
Family show! Thank you. I was trying not to infringe Harry on that one, but somebody beat my clock. So, yeah.
Notice everybody, he said clock. CLOCK.
Yes. Family show! Thank you. So, they're referring to Cash Tornado.
Literally, Espinosa will be doing all of the gimmick. I can't even.
I will be.
It only took
gimmicks. Will we see tonight?
It only took us about 8 episodes, but I think we broke Brian.
So the Cash Tornado bonus of the PAX version.
Brian, that's
literally a room.
Okay.
That you could seal up glass walls.
Try that again, sir. That was not the name of the bonus game.
Brian Espinosa.
All right, Mr. Academic Source, steal my gimmick. Go ahead.
Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and it's good for the Broadhurst in this instance. The swirling whirlwind of cash and prizes.
Pocket.
Yeah. Bunch of stage cash on the floor. Fans blowing upward from the floor, sucking air in at the ceiling. So the contestants had to kick around the cash so that it would fly up into the air and pocket it in a bag right on one of the contestants' hips. Sort of like
Eric?
Candy packet.
Go ahead and slap the mature tag on this one. But did he just say sucking and blowing in the same sentence?
Yes, he did. He did.
There's a fan underneath.
Wait.
Blowing the cash
Hold
up.
on, time out.
And there's exhaust fans at the top.
All stop. Did Nielsen just make what I'm pretty sure is the first recorded mature reference on this podcast?
We have made history, gentlemen.
Fuck it.
No.
See, Harry, this time it isn't me doing it.
You see, no, this isn't the case. It's an air pressure thing.
Woo!
There's a
Isn't
fan
it
at
always
the bottom underneath the set that is blowing air continuously upward.
But isn't it always about air pressure and getting the real vacuum seal for maximum enjoyment? That's what I've heard.
The views and opinions of Eric Watkins do not necessarily reflect those of the W2. Wait a minute. He's like an
Just remember, Eric, I have one phrase of old. I didn't do this to you. You did this to you.
Would this be our version of Brett screwed Brett, Eric screwed Eric?
See this towel, gentlemen. I have thrown this in about 8 times at least already.
Rancid Randy does indeed strike again. Makes one comment and the show goes off the rails. But what if we never had rails to begin with?
No. You want somebody to go off the rails.
Hey, Randy. This show was off the rails before we even went on air.
This podcast has been off the rails since you were last a part of it.
Fun fact, Cash Tornado, also the name of a slot machine game, apparently.
So you really want Brian to go off the rails? 2006, they brought it back old school with another new host, Ricky Lake.
Hey. We have established precedent on this fucking network.
See, he's going off
we
rails
do
already.
not talk about Game Show Marathon.
No,
It's been
technically we
mentioned.
do. Technically, our precedent is we do talk about Game Show Marathon once we have done each proper deep dive into each individual element of Game Show Marathon.
So that's 2 now?
Ricky Lake is a game show host, is an X, though.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Hell, fuck it.
That's a
I'll
4X.
drink to that.
Better as a talk show host, not a
Agreed.
game show host.
She wasn't a good talk show host either, but that's neither here nor there.
How dare you, Broadhurst?
You heard me.
I have
The
many
eights.
fond memories of watching both the Ricky Lake and the Jenny Jones show growing up.
Ricky Lake. I'm about to deliver the hottest take of the episode ever.
Oh,
Ricky Lake was only good for teenage sluts who were pregnant and needed a paternity test. There, I said it.
So basically, she was the Maury Povich of women.
She was the Maury Povich of teenage girls.
Maury Povich is to her as 21 is to Game Show Marathon? Now I feel dirty.
All right, back to the.
I got to give an
conversation
X
of the-
to that hot take. And as far as with Randy, well, obviously the Saints offense is going off the rails. We'll talk about that.
Ooh, excuse me. I was watching that game before.
I completely forgot that game was on tonight, but in fairness, the Cowboys are playing, so nobody cares.
It's Thursday Night Football.
He can have a monkey for that. He's right. Nobody cares about the Cowboys.
Eric.
The views
So-
and opinions of those here.
Remember, Cowboys Nation, all hate mail to s.garmer@gmail.com.
See, that is how you do the fucking plug.
So,
That, Nielsen, is how you do the plug.
well played, Clark.
Wait a minute, I just realized something, gentlemen.
Sure.
I am color commentary on this episode tonight.
Yes, you are.
I have nothing to contribute outside of Minute to Win It.
That's
which
how
is
I feel most of the
technically
time.
Its own episode in its own right.
It should be.
Although it was heavily inspired by Beat the Clock and is closely associated with it.
Double Dare.
Yes,
the version
but
was inspired by this.
did Beat the Clock get its own video game release?
Probably.
Minute
I
to
have
Win It.
an entire shelf of game shows turned into Nintendo cartridges. I am not shocked or surprised at a game show
Fun
being
fact.
turned into a video game.
Fun fact, actually, in my research for this, I actually found out something else that I thought was very intriguing. Classic Concentration was a Nintendo DOS game. Or was
Again.
a Microsoft DOS game.
Again,
Beat the Clock might not be made to a video game.
It was a home edition.
Sponsored, of course, just like the original, by Sylvania.
Hosted by Bud Collier. Originally based
There it
off
is in
of
the box.
a radio game show called Time's a Wastin'.
honestly, I'm pretty sure every game show up through about, 1996 had a home game.
I would believe that. They
Believe
to use one of my normal phrases here, it do be facts though.
He ain't lying.
But you see, there comes a point when a game show has existed for 70 years, albeit missing a couple decades here and there. When something gets done with it where it just doesn't feel right anymore, like they're pushing it a little too far.
The PAX
Some
version?
would call this jumping the shark. You know,
Oh, you
this show sponsored every other stunt show we've seen on TV since, including the tiebreaker loser Double Dare. So what do they do with this show? They steal one from Double Dare. Dun, dun, dun!
Wait. If you're going to do that.
dramatic reverb.
And in 2018, they make a kids version.
See, this is how you do it again, Nielsen.
That's 3 times I've invoked it, though. I think I found my.
You know what? To borrow a phrase that will be used later on tonight when we do soccer to the max, that's offside.
I was thinking you were.
However, that was the best. That was the best bottle toss of the evening thus far, Brian. Just a little
My
bit more
Cash App
arc.
is- My Cash App is Andesian. I'll take $1 for every bottle that I land on.
That's probably about the price value they were paying in 1950. But yeah,
You want another bottle, Nielsen?
the 2018 Universal Kids, February of 18 till May of 19, very short-lived.
Universal Kids. Isn't that the same network that did Family Game Night by Hasbro?
Would not surprise me.
I seem to remember that.
I think it was.
Somebody pull it up on the non-academic.
Paul Constable is the host, whoever the heck that is. Not a name I'm familiar with. But to please Mr. Watkins around here, there have been some international versions over the years. Australia, they called it Free For All. Oh, Canada, they had it there. Stars, Wood, and Constable on the Family Channel, previous versions on CTV. There's a German version, a New Zealand version, and 4 iterations in the UK across ITV, BBC One, and ITV again. Of course, Undersea also, Minute to Win It.
Now, keep in mind, one of those versions was a segment on the British equivalent of Sábalo Gigante! Ow! Good aim.
I didn't see what he threw, but apparently it landed.
PayPal at JTN 2002.
Pow! Right in the kisser.
All right. Give him a monkey. That was good. He earned that one.
For those of you listening in your many audio formats, we apologize that you weren't getting the full nature of this show.
Sometimes you just can't take certain podcasts orally.
It was Mango Pepsi, by the way. Not too bad.
Mango? Really?
Mango Pepsi.
It's turning into an SNL skit.
It's actually really good.
Now, more like a Tonight Show thing to spoof game shows. Am I right?
I'm a Coca-Cola guy. You'll notice the Burke's root beer.
This was coming up.
Barks
Now,
has bite.
You can't go wrong with Barks root beer.
It does.
You can't go wrong with
facts
that.
though.
So fun non-game show related story real quick, and then we'll get back into the deep dive here. Apparently there are certain people that don't know that Barks has caffeine in it. And my girlfriend, I've mentioned her on the show a couple of times before, is one of them. My girlfriend also has ADD.
Oh.
And found out the hard way that Barks has caffeine in it.
Barks has bite.
Yeah, needless to say, it was quite the rough evening for her that night until I informed her, yeah, dear, Barks is the only root beer that has caffeine in it. Probably should stay away from that. All right, back to the deep dive here. Okay, so
no Family Game Night on Universal Kids, by the way. I did the proper digging.
Was it ABC? Then it must have been ABC Family.
That sounds more right.
Okay, all right.
We was up there talking about this show.
The last bit I do have to mention, you did have a lot of big stars hosting, including, again, Gene Wood in his only game show hosting gig of significant nature.
I was just about to bring up the various iterations here as somebody who, like I said, took my first foray into this particular game show over the course of the last, let's go with 3 hours-ish.
Wide variety of announcers, too, which is what I was going to get into. But go ahead, Harry.
Going through YouTube and watching the various episodes. I can send you links to the episodes that I watched if you would like to include them in the description, Mr. Watkins.
I can do that.
All right, so that way our listeners, watchers at home can get the full experience as well for the show itself.
I'll also send you the best bonus shuffle.
All right, so my biggest thing here is, like, I get the idea behind the concept of the stunt show, and realistically, it makes sense to me. The problem is the formatting on the original is so ass backwards to me, with only one team competing at a time and a limit of 3 challenges. Because you had a $100 challenge, a $200 challenge, and then a bonus challenge. Plus, they had like a cash bonus that would occasionally pop up during the episodes as well, from what I gathered.
They
Because there
also
was
did a progressive jackpot for a
what I meant, the jackpot one, yeah. Because the one that they did, the jackpot one, was the one with the cigar pipe and the 2 ping pong balls.
Oh God, that was notorious.
So my question to you guys is, which format of the show did you guys like the most? Did you guys like the one where it was only the one team competing? Did you like the Monty Hall version where it was the edition where it was the 2 teams competing? Or did you guys like the PAX version where they had 3 different teams competing in a knockout format? Eric, I'll start with you.
While my first,
I guess you could, hey, Eric, real quick before you answer, Eric, I guess you could say I've got a question.
though, like,
There you go.
Yeah.
so to answer said question, while my first foray was that PAX version, I had a particular affinity for Monty Hall because
Of
you
course.
had the very hilarity of both teams attempting to do it, all of the massive fails, and bonus shuffle was indeed a bonus. I thought it was very, very well done. Would have been fun to have been in a studio audience.
Mr. Nielsen.
Bonus Shuffle was at its time essentially what Supercoin became on Minute to Win It. Disagree? Fight me at JTN2002 on Twitter. More on that later.
Okay, let's try this again.
My least favorite is the PAX. The
Go
PAX,
ahead.
no, not a fan at all.
See, I actually like the.
I don't like.
See, I'm on the complete opposite. I'm on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. I actually like the format of the PAX one. Now, granted, I like the bonus shuffle idea from the Monty Hall version.
Yeah,
because that's
is at the top.
The swirling cash and prizes gimmick or whatever the fuck it was. I don't care to look it up again. Was stupid. It's a kid's game you would play at Chuck E. Cheese.
The swirling whirlwind of cash and prizes.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. All right. Anyways, but the idea of the 3 teams with the knockout version and the scoring for the PAX version, I thought was really intriguing as well.
I mean,
I'm still a 60s, 70s guy.
And I get that, but you have to admit, especially for what it was at that particular era, it was good.
Kids version.
Okay, where did I cut off? Because
kids version I've never watched, by the way, so I'm excluding that one.
Yeah, no, I didn't pull up any episodes of the kids version. Where was I cut out on the comment that I was making? Okay, so yeah, the coolest thing I thought about the scoring for the PAX version was, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, the scoring for the PAX version was based on how many seconds you had left to win your game. So I always thought that was pretty cool, because it gave you a level of, what's the word I'm looking for here? It lit a kind of a fire in order to get those games done as quick as possible, rather than trying to milk it for the TV time or whatever. Because, yeah, thank you. It gave you a bonus for being able to get those challenges handled as quickly as possible. And then some of those games, some of the various stunts that we saw on Beat the Clock eventually became games in and of themselves on shows like Let's Make a Deal.
Hey, Goodson Todman likes to recycle a lot of things. Games from one game to another, sound cues, the whole entire game show themes, you know.
Hados Hall does not equal Goodson Todman, though?
Yeah, but...
I mean, that's the second time you've been wrong tonight. I just haven't been able to call you out first.
Yeah, but the show was a Goodson Todman show, even though Monty Hall of Hados Hall was on it, though. It was never a show that was owned by Haydos Hall, Mark Goodson, Bill Todman Productions, the Independent Clock
Technically
Productions,
speaking-
the Clock Company, Fremantle, Paxson
technically
Entertainment,
speaking,
Hickok
Jonathan is-
Productions.
Technically speaking, Jonathan is correct.
Thank you, non-credible academic source.
But any
It
time
is-
you
But not if you're writing a paper on game shows, or
It is real quick, Eric, to Jonathan's point there. It is actually listed in the conversation about Monty Hall's version that it is the only game show that Monty Hall ever was involved with that his production company did not produce.
But you have to give like some kind of credit and understanding. Anytime you mention Fremantle, Brian's bound to fop it up. Isn't that right?
End of all.
Hey, Nielsen, guess what? You're wrong about Gene Wood.
I said it was the only game show of prominence he hosted, not the only, period.
No, you said it was the only one he hosted here.
You know, you did not mention the caveat of prominence. You said it was his only hosting gig.
Well,
Now,
he
now
brought-
I will allow.
I will admit
I will
that I am
allow-
wrong after
Hold
watching
on.
the recording.
Hold on.
I hate the fact that he can see him on camera before he throws it and it gives him a chance to duck and cover.
I will allow Nielsen to claim technical correctness.
Oh,
The best kind of correct, technically.
correct.
Beat the Clock was the only American nationally syndicated game show that Gene Wood hosted.
Oh yeah. Now that I've looked it up. What the heck? I've never even heard of this show.
Anything you can do, it is a knockoff of Beat the Clock, ironically speaking.
Anything you could do, I could do better.
I got one of those in here too, buddy.
Anyway,
Domestic violence will be seen on tonight's episode of Life is
That's
Like a
already
Game
good.
Show.
truce. I'm offering truce for the night.
I don't know. You can never go against a man who's double fisting.
Family show.
Family show, Watkins.
I already beat you to that one.
All right. No. I'm gonna do one better. This is Life is Like a Game Show, Eric.
Wait a minute. Would that make us like?
That's a reference to this is Wheel of Fortune, Joe.
Would that
More on
make us?
the next blooper episode?
Would that make us Life is Like a Family show?
Not
God,
a
I
family
hope
show.
not.
You know what?
I'm gonna quit trying because that's my third monkey of the broadcast, and I don't want to go too heavy-handed on the monkey. All right, Brian, I didn't get your answer here. 1 team, 2 teams, 3 teams. Which format did you prefer?
I can't answer the question. I have barely seen the Monty Hall version.
I would say gameplay-wise, I think the PAX version is my favorite just because of the 3-team rotating challenge nature. You know what it kind of reminded me of? It kind of reminded me of some of the physical stunts that you would see on shows like Shop Till You Drop.
Yeah, it was heavily affected by those kind of shows of the 90s, which is why the show didn't exist in the 90s, because everybody else stole its gimmick.
I mean, you're not wrong, because that was around the time that the whole supermarket sweep Shop Till You Drop craze was going on at Lifetime.
Not to mention, it was Lifetime that kind of preceded PAX as a network anyways.
By the
So-
way, shout outs to Cindy Seidelman's series, The Games of 90. Go watch on YouTube. Covers a lot of that stuff.
Okay, I'll have to look into that. I'm currently obsessed with Dude Perfect on YouTube.
Yeah, game show garbage.
I mean, I even have this on pause, Colonel Failure, because Harry knows about myself and my personal affinity for all things British.
Wait, you're watching The Colonel tonight?
Not gonna do it.
I know you're not going to do it because I set you up
too
for
easy
it.
of a set.
That was the
Too easy
point.
of a setup.
I would get this
Yep.
derailment back on the rails. But we're only 50 minutes into this episode. And half of that has just been general haberdashery.
Eric,
Yeah.
There's not. Well,
Eric, I have a question for you.
Whoa.
How dare you?
He mentioned
Okay,
he's
go
watching
ahead.
Colonel Failure, who I'm also a fan of on YouTube. Are you watching a Transport Fever where he's having his train network go off the rails?
Oh no, this is his latest farming simulator episode where
No
his
monkey.
vehicle went off
No
the
monkey.
rails.
I thought that would be worthy of a monkey. Oh well.
Me and Brian don't get the reference in order to be able to thumbs up or thumbs down a monkey. So just on
Stop-
general principle.
Stop trying to be bombastic about the monkey, Nielsen.
Accept it.
You know, like
Well
I said,
played when we're talking about a show that existed in the 60s.
like I said, if it wasn't the fact that we haven't even hit the hour mark yet, I would get this clusterfuck of general haberdashery back on the rails. But
Truth
really,
be
that
told,
goes to show you how little we have to talk about this show.
It's a simple show. There's not a lot of detail here.
Not
So,
to mention,
Broadhurst,
even
why don't
the-
you take us out of here? Where can people find you online?
we
Or
lost
took
Eric
yourself out of
somewhere.
here.
Eric's like, I'm done with this episode. I actually did have another question as soon as Eric comes back, although I don't know what the hell happened. I'm guessing Mama Watkins got involved. So I'll go back to asking my original question here. So we talked about comparable shows, Brian, and obviously the Wikipedia page itself, the non-academic resource, lists Minute to Win It as a comparable show. Were you a Minute to Win It fan?
I liked Minute to Win It. I did like Minute to Win It.
I like
Do you-
his first season.
Do you think that Beat the Clock would have been better offset with a more strict format of actual set challenges for the teams rather than bouncing around all over the genre of different mini games? Because Minute to Win It,
I mean, Minute to Win It did the same thing. You didn't get the same mini games week in, week out.
but you would get a lot of very similar ones on a week in, week out basis that you could basically replicate at home yourself given the opportunity.
Well, that was the whole premise of Minute to Win It, was that every game that was featured on air was able to be easily replicated at home because they wanted the contestants to be able to practice, so that way when they got to the show, they had a leg up, so to speak, and they wouldn't be entirely caught blindsided.
The
Which is
50s
why the
version did
bonus
that too.
game was always the quarter hopping into the 5 water gallon bottle.
Freaking super coin.
Super cool. Yes.
Brian, I just asked Brian. Jonathan, same question.
Well,
What-
hold on, I wasn't done yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I will say, I'm going to steal this point from Nielsen before he takes it. Beat the Clock is definitely the first in its series of stunt shows. I think I wouldn't even say modern day stunt show. I think any stunt show at its core used Beat the Clock as its inspiration, if not outright infringement.
One exception, but go on.
No, that's it. That's my point. That's the tweet.
I
one
do have
exception-
But real quick, before you go, Jonathan, and then I will let you do so, I do have a follow-up question that I'm going to ask as soon as you guys have given your answers to this here. Go ahead, Jonathan.
The one
What is it,
exception of
21?
that being something we in the States call the Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, originally Takeshi's Castle. They took a very unique spin on it that I could say is truly original from the stunt show perspective. That later, Wipeout and Winter Wipeout, not to be confused with the Tamarkin Wipeout, stole blatantly.
Don't get eliminated.
I did enjoy Wipeout, the original versions. I especially like the John and John version, the two ESPN Johns. I think it was John Buccigross and John Anderson.
Was it Booch? I don't think it was Booch.
Wait, or was he is he the hockey guy? No, it wasn't him.
Yeah, it wasn't Butchergross.
It was definitely the two Johns, though, on Wipeout. And I'm sure we'll get to Wipeout at some point down the line.
I'm sure.
Jonathan, same question. Wikipedia listed it as comparable to Minute to Win It. As somebody that's watched both shows, I want an honest answer from you. Preference.
My preference?
Brian didn't really have anything to go off of there because he's not really seen a ton of.
Flip the super coin between I almost said Haters Hall, thanks to this guy down here. The Monty Hall version or Minute to Win It. In terms of structure, flip the super coin. Bonus shuffle, super coin. You can't choose. They're both solid.
Eric, given the choice, Minute to Win It, beat the clock.
Beat the clock. I do like the ability to be able to practice with Minute to Win It. I like the overall, you can get like the execution of everything, but for something like this, like I keep saying, Minute to Win It was perfect for the time that it was on, for the host like Guy Fieri. Everything was set up. It was a perfect storm for right then and there. Beat the clock, you can plug and play, as we've demonstrated throughout all eras. Bam. You only need minimal tweaks here and there. You can get it going no matter what. I always appreciate shows like that.
All right, my next question here is kind of a modernized version that we've recently seen on the Stunt Show that I'm going to question your guys' comparability towards the original here.
Oh.
I'm going to ask you about the Dwayne Wade hosted show on TBS. I believe it was called The Room.
The Cube.
The Cube. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely haven't heard of that.
Me and Eric were talking.
No evil.
Me and Eric have seen. Me and Eric have discussed this show in the past. Obviously, Brian and Jonathan haven't seen it, so we'll have to make sure that they have the opportunity to do so, and I will bring up the Cube again at a later date.
By the way, more on Now You See It in a future poll.
Wait a minute. Future poll?
About that.
Oh, yeah, about that. Maybe we should announce that now.
Shakeway.
That
doesn't
was the
count
most...
if you say it.
No. See, Nielsen...
You have to wait. Okay,
I can't do my voice like that, yo.
Nope.
Wait a minute. As the expert of such transitions here, you wait until the transition has happened until you hit them with the segue.
Thank you. It's not the execution. It was a failure in technique.
All right. So real quick, he did just mention it. It is.
Wasn't the fact that I did it too fast and beat the clock?
You're already 2 X's, no monkey.
No.
All right. That joke slipped on a banana peel. Anyways.
Ooh, 3 strikes.
Hey, it fell into a banana cream pie, so.
Hey, at least I'm not seeing any red lights below me like that last time.
And there goes Brian. We've lost him. Thanks, Eric.
Hey, everything is fine as long as I don't see any red lights below me.
And while Brian tries to recover, which I don't think will be anytime soon, but while he does, we here at Life is Like a Game Show have made an executive decision that until we are able to cultivate an audience capable of doing such, we are going to temporarily halt the polls for which game show we cover, and instead are going to use everybody's favorite method, the super randomizer. We will load. Each of us will pick a show. We will load said show into a randomization. Can we mute his microphone, please?
Fucking banana cream.
Thank you, Eric. Jesus. Anyways, all right. Each of the four of us will select a game show. We will determine a topic beforehand. And the four of us will select a game show. If you don't mind, good sir.
I'm sorry, I fucking banana cream pie.
Mute this man.
I already did.
Why did you unmute the man?
I didn't.
I think he unmuted himself. Anyways, as I was saying, the four of us are each going to choose a show. We will load it into a randomizer website, and then we'll determine how many taps we get in order to select the game show that wins there. Obviously, we will give specific categories for what shows that we are going to cover. We will let you know what the 4 game shows that we might cover are in advance. However,
why don't we just do it live on air, like me throwing a banana cream pie at Watkins' face?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Well, we don't have to do it this week because next time is Double Dare.
That other version. I mean, the Nickelodeon version. I made the good version. Oops, did I say that out loud? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay, so one has a sparkling water, one has a Gatorade, and I'm over here drinking root beer. Yeah.
And I've got actual beer.
Back to my point. If I could get through this here. Yeah, I mean, we could run the randomizer on the actual show itself. That'd be fine.
I mean, I have a lot of experience for putting stuff like that into wheels and spinning them that way.
Can you not talk about putting stuff into things, Eric, please?
You would. Watkins would be an expert on wheels that are spinned for money with things in them.
I don't get that reference. I'm just gonna let it go.
Watkins does, which is why he's currently broken at the moment.
Are we stealing a page from the California lottery? And are we gonna have a segment at the end of this show?
Hey, Watkins, do it with me here. It went right over Nielsen's head, right over his head. He has no idea, and good for him. Honestly, good for him.
And if someone had kept Snapchat, they would have also had a similar idea, maybe.
Somebody check the lighting underneath Nielsen's seat, shall we? Your mic. All right. So, anyways, yeah, we talked about it here. The Nickelodeon
First
double
banana cream pies, now wheels with contents in them.
The Nickelodeon Double Dare will be next week's show. In 2 weeks, we hit the Alec Baldwin interviews, which I was voted down. My original name tag for tonight's episode was Alec Baldwin's Alibi.
I didn't see anything wrong with it. We just weren't talking about we had decided at the very last minute because of the nature of everything that's happened. Oh, put your freaking X down, Nielsen, or do I have to throw a bottle at you?
Sometimes we all just shoot blanks. It happens.
Jesus.
Blankety blanks?
That.
No, the
monkey was for Eric, not for you, Jonathan.
Sometimes we all shoot blanks. You're going to tell me that isn't monkey worthy?
That was monkey worthy.
I think my instant retort of blankety blanks was equally worthy. Split monkey?
But I'm biased, so technically I can't
all of
vote.
This talk about shooting people with blanks has driven me so insane that they're willing to shoot me with a blank.
Hold on. I got to think of a match game. I got to think of a match game answer for that. Give me a second. I'll be right back with you. I'm intentionally stalling for time to get TV time like Charles Nelson Riley used to do. All right, back to it. Yeah, so next week is Double Dare, the Nickelodeon version. Hopefully we'll stay on the rails a little bit more than this one did. But in fairness with the Double Dare version, we do have more to discuss.
There was nothing on the rails about any of the versions of Mark Summers' Double Dare at all.
Which I'm going to make you a question. If you don't know the answer, I'll say it for next time.
can't throw it.
man.
He can hear me like reaching for it into the recycling bin, so
Well-
he knows.
Obviously, you need to stock the ammo on your computer stand so that way he doesn't see it. Anyway.
Or I just keep it ready and hit it when he doesn't realize it.
I think you hit his camera there because I saw his camera shake. Anyways, like I
4 or 5 bottles in the dead space gap between our two computers.
like I was saying, Double Dare next week, the Alec Baldwin Part 2 story in 2 weeks there. At the end of the Alec Baldwin story, we will decide what our next poll will be. And in this particular instance,
Poll, didn't we just spend 20 minutes talking about not having a poll?
I'm getting to that here. And instead of actually conducting a poll, we will instead conduct a randomizer for said options. And that will give you your show in 3 weeks or 5 weeks, depending on
going to be like it's
holidays.
More than likely
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
I would argue.
We'll probably. I would like to do holidays like Christmas, New Year's, just a general, like, I don't know, 2-hour blooper fest like we did for Thanksgiving, but not just have it focus on turkey puns. And yes, I will spare you the 3 questions of a food often stuffed, the first thing you buy in a supermarket, and something that you take with you to the beach.
Look, we've already talked about a bunch of stuff getting stuffed tonight, okay?
Not the like I'm
Isn't that where the banana cream pie
in your face?
And okay,
but I figure
30th for the special then.
No, I think that we're gonna take that week off.
So 23rd off because of Christmas.
No, we can do it. We'll do it like we did with
one of
Thanksgiving.
One of those weeks I'm going to be out of town. I don't know which one yet, but one of those.
I figure we do it like we did with Thanksgiving, right, gentlemen? We the week of the 20th, that Monday, like sometime in that week, where the normal show would be the 23rd, we do our holiday year-end, episode.
Clusterfuck.
I might even go through the video archives and put together a clip show of the funniest of what I subjectively believe are the funniest moments we've had on air so far.
I like that idea.
Feels like a lot of work, but hey, if you're up for it, by all means.
I got 3 weeks.
I mean, he's not like he's going to have to go through 3 and 4 hour episodes like a certain other show.
You shut up over there, Watkins. You were right there with me condoning the fanatic bullshit.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
We could go for 4 hours next week with this whole LS and coming to Cloud 9 bit. Don't press your luck, buddy.
That'll be a poll topic later on down the road.
No monkey for the pressure.
Or a randomizer topic down the road. I can't even get
Harry,
the
you're the tiebreaker for that press your luck monkey.
He missed it. That's a no.
Broadhurst just doesn't like monkeys. I haven't gotten a single monkey tonight. Come on.
No, my problem with it is we are super heavy-handed on the monkey on this podcast.
That's because you assholes can't stop making puns every 32 seconds.
That's fair.
Me on the other
we are a
see, I land on 2,000 or make a pun and take the 2,000 because I'm smart and I want the money. You assholes take the pun.
Sometimes you got to bank those puns.
I'm not
Do
sure.
You feel better, Brian?
I'm not sure if that was for me or if that was for Watkins. That's the problem.
No, that was for you. That was definitely for you.
I feel like we're going to end up having to go back and do a monkey tracker for 2021 as well.
I may have to do that. Yeah.
We'll have to keep track of how many monkeys we accrue in our big bank.
Too easy. Too easy. I'm sorry. Too easy.
That was ironically enough. That
was low hanging fruit.
That was a piggyback monkey, is what that was.
Not that Watkins over there would know anything about low hanging fruit.
Damn.
You have been listening to Life is Like a Game Show, a presentation of the W2M Network. And I just broke
Out
Eric.
of my head, Harry. I was about to do the same thing.
I just broke Eric once and for all.
No. I broke him. What are you talking about? I broke him.
And this is why Harry Broadhurst is the voice of reason.
Allegedly.
Hold on, I'm putting up my social stuff here on the video version. All right.
We're
You have been
over now.
listening. You have been listening to
God.
Life is Like a Game Show, a presentation of the W2M Network online at W2Mnet.com. In addition, you can find us on all of your favorite audio podcast listening services: iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spreaker, Podbean, Castbox. Hey, Jonathan, guess what? Yeah! Nailed it.
Success!
Perfect tone and everything.
I got set up properly, unlike when I tried to set it up.
I do have one last thing to say though, right?
Wait, is
I see that smirk on Eric's face. See,
this your last word?
Yes,
Yeah,
this is Andesian's final thought.
Oh God!
Jerry Springer hosted a game show?
Actually, yes,
Baggage.
he did.
Baggage. Yeah.
I mean,
Watkins, you wouldn't know about all of that low-hanging fruit because where else would you get the bananas for your banana cream pies?
I
feel like that's moderately racist in some way. I'm not sure. Anyway.
I don't no. If I don't get a monkey for that, y'all are racist.
Officially end
Eric's the one in control of the
before we officially end this shit show, Jonathan, where can people find you online?
They can find me at GTA 2002 right here.
Oh God.
On Twitch, on Twitter, on PayPal apparently after tonight. And of course, the Facebook is for close personal friends. I might be off of that for a while. A good personal friend of mine in the Tampa area unfortunately passed away the night of the 29th. So I'll be taking some time for myself. Cassandra, I'm going to miss you. And yeah, sorry to bring it on a downer, but yeah, it's been a week. That's why I figured had to take the long time at work because something might need me in Tampa tomorrow.
Real quick, before we go any further, I will let you have this moment here. Jonathan, pay proper tribute to your friend.
Oh, it's not anybody who is necessarily like game show fan or such that
doesn't matter.
Even in, I have said so in those communities which we were both mutually involved with over a number of years that are hobbies that have nothing to do with topics on this podcast, nothing to do with the topic. I don't think White Wolf Gaming and live action role play have topics and podcasts on this network.
They may have been featured as a Jeopardy clue, but that's probably about as close as you're going to get.
Here's a Jeopardy category for you. Food's often stuffed.
Name something you take with you to the beach.
Name a food you take to the beach because somebody can't read his cue cards.
Name the first thing you buy at the supermarket.
Family fortunes for everybody. Jonathan,
She did, though, appreciate all those game show bloopers and such. I've shared a few with her over the years. So,
Jonathan, my condolences on your loss.
Thanks,
Brian.
Harry, where can people
in order to
find
try
you
to
in the socials?
Yeah, let's try to bring the mood back up, Brian. Where can people find you online?
I am on Twitter at the Andesian. You can catch me over on my show, League to the Max, or whatever, the newest installment here on the W2M network.
Pack a lunch.
And yes, Sean, we don't care
Awesome.
how it sounds, the or whatever stays. If you'd actually listen to some of the other podcasts, you understand why.
Yeah, no. As I explained now as part of the show opening intro, this is a podcast where we talk about League mostly, and sometimes there's some personal life stuff thrown in. It's kind of like a point of Brian, if you will, but not like trying to gimmick infringe on Watkins over there and his banana cream pies.
Look, you're the one with the dark Twitter too, okay? So the infringement has already begun.
I was gonna suggest that
yeah, but at least I know how to make a banana cream pie.
Eric's an expert at the other kind of cream. Never mind.
And to infringe on another gimmick, it do be facts though.
You rat bastard. Wait.
No,
quick,
you dirty bastard. That's another inside joke between me and Eric specifically.
Hey, I have something for this whole banana cream pie thing.
Oh God.
Of course you do.
Oh God, no.
If you'll indulge,
everybody get your cringe detectors out.
Eric, if you'll indulge me with a visual cue on a not only audio podcast, pick up pie.
I don't get it.
I think at this point, the only thing to say is that that's all, folks. But it's not all.
Anyways, yes, come listen to my show where we mostly talk about the happenings in League of Legends, both here in North America and internationally. Occasionally, we go off the rails and talk about personal anecdotes and incidences and things that are happening in our lives. It's a fun show. There are also dark Twitters and Snapchats, and I'm also at Andesian on Cash App because apparently that's what we're plugging tonight. And I still say that my banana cream pie is better than Watkins's.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't had any complaints about mine yet. So
actually, if you allow me to infringe one last time, Mr. Broadhurst, I have a question.
I've got a question, but sure, I'll indulge.
Did we hit the over-under on number of bottle tosses tonight? Hashtag Donna Bovada.
So that's more of
you know
Eric's
what?
gimmick
You
than
know
mine.
what? I'm going to let him have that. He actually, 21 means 21, God damn it. Please play responsibly.
But make sure you indulge you with a monkey for that one. That one was worthy. Eric, where can people find you online?
Well, since we're getting some of these out of the way,
I
made
was
as
going
if that
we
title
we totally forgot about the Dick of the Week, but as always, Mike Richards is the perpetual Dick of the Week here on Life is Like a Game Show. Fuck you, Mike Richards.
We'll bring Dick of the Week back as a regular segment once we actually start getting to our randomizer version of the deep dives.
I don't think we really had a Dick of the Week though, at least for game show news.
We could give it to George Stephanopoulos for having his own goddamn production company despite accomplishing exactly nothing in his entire entertainment career.
I didn't see the interview. Spoilers.
No, he's just general principle. Why the hell did George Stephanopoulos get his own production company? But
I barely know this dude from ABC News Tonight.
Actually, this week with George Stephanopoulos, one of the
Whatever
Sunday shows.
Anyways, Eric, where can people find you online?
Thank you.
You can find me on Twitter at Squid Sports Head. Unfortunately, I did not have the privilege of tweeting the live tweeting the 20-0 bloodbath of England versus Latvia or the 20-0 bloodbath of Slovakia against the United States. I had other plans. But
nothing?
Yeah. Randy even mentioned it on the R&R Sports Report.
Wait. The U.S. hung 20 on somebody?
No, we had 20 hung on us. Women's World Floorball Championship preliminary round, Slovakia whooped our ass.
I'll bite. What the fuck is floorball?
Oh, no.
Think of it like
full screen.
Oh, no.
You burned a full screen moment.
Oh no. I'll keep this quick. I will keep this quick. Think of it like hockey without the ice, non-contact. The goalies do not have sticks. A traditional floorball floor is a little bit smaller than your hockey rink, but other than that, rules are generally the same.
Is it a puck or a ball?
Ball. Almost bigger than a wiffle ball.
So it's basically like street hockey.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Okay, that's all you needed to say. All right.
Sounds like it could have been featured in an episode of Beat the Clock, actually, in a strange roundabout or a back full circle moment.
You know what stunt we can feature on Beat the Clock?
Ending this goddamn podcast.
How many bottles can I hurl at Nielsen in a minute?
Wait, what's that red light down there?
Anyways, Eric,
We've lost Nielsen.
Finish your plugs, Eric.
Which is good because I only got one bottle left.
So you can find me there. You can find me on the variety of shows here on the W2M network, League to the Max or whatever. The kickoff when we do return from our hiatus, Soccer to the Max, which will be on later this evening to talk about a lot of the big news.
Or as I'm officially dubbing it, the kickoff. Don't hiatus if you ain't us.
Yeah, fuck it, give it to him.
You can also find me on Facebook. You know the drill. Eric Watkins, Guy, Wine, Recliner, Flame Wars, Tutoring, Tax Advice, whatever have you. And of course, if you're more interested into my
wait, was that a plug for Rick's TNT LLC?
No, that's at the end of this. That comes at the end. And speaking of, if you were curious about my specific recipe for a good banana cream pie, go right on ahead, slide into my DMs on Twitter, undergo the strict, thorough, and proper vetting process, and you will gain access to my dark Twitter, my Kick, my Telegram, my Snapchat, OnlyFans, Fansly, and whatever platform of such that I happen to be on at that current time. And yes, as always, Brian, now this plug is brought to you by the fine folks at Rick's TNT LLC. Tax consultation services available, tutoring services available, notary public and wedding officiating services available in the state of Florida. And I think Harry is broken.
I would now like to take this moment to say that next week's episode of League to the Max or whatever is going to feature a rehash of the World's 2021 tournament, the Fnatic upset and Adam drama, and the 2021 preseason, and we're expecting a 6-hour show.
Harry, where can people find you on socials before I?
That comment and that show is brought to you by the fine folks at American Whammy Productions. If you need game shows done in the southeastern United States, you give me a call.
Are y'all still okay to travel?
Yes.
Oh.
That was 2 company names ago. God damn it.
At that ATV the Eagle pretty much everywhere. I'm not even going to try to follow up any of this chicanery. Right now, I'm currently contemplating reaching out to MJK to ask Judith Marie for forgiveness for me.
And this is why you keep your tie-breaking vote casters spaded and neutered. Otherwise, episodes like this happen.
I mean, to be fair, if it wasn't this week, it would have been next, according to the precedent we just set earlier in the podcast.
Can I just say one
thing?
Do
you have to?
Yeah.
We're going to overtime on this bonus shuffle.
Oh, God damn it, Broadhurst. Can I just say one thing? In the future, would we pick the shows that we're gonna talk about? Could we not pick shows that have just like nothing, like no substance to them.
Yeah, there was nothing to
Because
cover on this
honestly,
show,
like,
honestly.
can we save the grasping for straws shit for when we run out of actual content?
Whose idea was beat the clock to begin with?
I swear to Christ, Jonathan, you stand up again with that Charlie Sheen shirt, we will find a red light to activate.
And
I
not
got
the
one
good, and
last
not the good kind either.
I hate to warn you, there ain't no padding down here this episode. Anyways, make sure you guys check out our Russian roulette episode available in the archives. You
Just
have been
check out all of the episodes available in the archives. They're all good, right?
Exactly.
But anyways, you've been listening
good-ish.
to another episode of
Hey,
Life is Like a
nope,
Game Show
nope,
here on
nope.
the W2M Network.
Kill this man.
This has been
Nope.
a feature presentation.
Nope. Not letting you have this one. No.
I didn't get anything in this entire episode except for making bad banana cream pie jokes at Watkins's expense.
And I
So
didn't
what-
even make a red light district reference either.
So what you're saying is the only thing you got out of this episode is a cream pie, which puts you ahead of the rest of us. Anyways, you have been listening.
No,
to
I
Life-
gave a cream pie to Watkins.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Ah!
This fine episode, this feature presentation of Life is Like a Game Show here on the W2M Network, brought to you by the fine folks
you
at Rick's TNT.
you have been listening to Life is Like a Game Show, a presentation of the W2M Network. For Jonathan Nielsen, Eric Watkins, and Brian Espinoza, I'm Harry Broadhurst signing off for this shit show. We'll be back next week, I think, assuming Sean doesn't throw us off the air. Good night, everybody.
Here's the towel. I'm throwing it in. Good night.